My aunt kept volunteering our house to her guests and forced us to feed them using our IVF savings. Now everybody knows she's cheap. Me and my wife Holly had this nice thing going where we'd meal prep on Sundays and have our whole week sorted. We both worked long hours at the hospital, so cooking ahead saved us time and money. We'd make big batches of stuff, freeze portions, and never had to think about dinner after 12-hour shifts. Our grocery budget was tight, but it worked perfectly. We even had a spreadsheet tracking everything down to the penny because we were saving for IVF treatments. Life was organized and calm. Then my Aunt Deb started this whole thing about bringing the family together. She lived 10 minutes away in this massive house that her ex-husband had left her. 5 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, huge kitchen with double ovens. She called my mom, saying she wanted to host our cousins from Oregon, who none of us had seen in years. Mom thought it was sweet. I thought it was weird, but whatever. The cousins arrived on a Thursday. Aunt Deb picked them up from the airport and brought them straight to my house. Not her house with 5 bedrooms, my house. She walked in without knocking and announced that everyone would be eating dinner here because her kitchen was being renovated. First, I'd heard about any renovation. Holly was still in scrubs from her shift, and we had leftovers heating up. Deb told me to order pizza for 8 people. I said we didn't have money for that. She said not to be cheap in front of the family. The cousins looked uncomfortable. I ordered 3 pizzas, $60. Deb said she'd pay me back. She didn't. Friday, Deb showed up at 4 with the cousins plus some other relatives she called. 12 people this time. Said we were having taco night. I said we didn't have stuff for tacos. She handed me $40 and a list of ingredients that would cost at least $100. Told me to figure it out. Holly whispered that we could use our emergency credit card. We spent $130 on taco supplies. Deb complained that the meat was too spicy. Saturday was worse. Deb called at noon, saying she'd invited more family over and they'd all be at my house at 5 for a barbecue. 20 people. I said absolutely not. She said she already told everyone, and I couldn't embarrass her. Holly was crying in our bedroom because we'd just spent our IVF savings on feeding Deb's party. I called my brother Danny and asked if he could bring his grill. He said sure, but asked why Deb wasn't hosting at her place. Good question. Danny came over early and we went to Costco. Another $200 on burgers, hot dogs, drinks, and sides. Deb showed up with 23 people. She gave tours of my house like it was hers. Told everyone how I loved hosting family. The cousins from Oregon pulled me aside and apologized. They said Deb told them her house had a gas leak, and that's why everything was at mine. There was no renovation and no gas leak. Sunday, I was done. Deb called, saying everyone was coming for brunch. I said no. She said they were already on their way. I hung up and took Holly out for breakfast. My phone blew up with texts from Deb saying I was embarrassing her, and the family was waiting outside my locked house. Good. Let them wait. My mom called asking why I wasn't home. I explained everything, including the costs. Mom went silent, then said she'd handle it. An hour later, Mom called back. She'd gone to Deb's house and found her kitchen completely fine. Her fridge was empty though. Deb had been buying groceries only for herself and making me feed everyone else. Mom told the cousins what Deb did, and they were pissed. Monday morning, I typed up an invoice. Every receipt from the weekend, plus my time shopping and cooking at $15 an hour. The total came to $547. I sent it to Deb with payment due in 30 days. She called, screaming that I couldn't charge the family for hospitality. I said she couldn't commit theft by deception either. That shut her up. Then I sent the invoice to all the relatives who came over with a note explaining that Deb had volunteered my house and money without asking. The cousins from Oregon Venmo'd me $200 immediately with an apology. Other relatives started sending money too. Within a week, I'd collected $600 more than the invoice. Deb was furious because now everyone knew she was cheap and a liar. The Oregon cousins cut their trip short and stayed with my brother instead. They told everyone back home what Deb did. Now, when Deb tries to plan family events, nobody comes. She hosted Thanksgiving last month, and my mom said only 3 people showed up. Deb called me crying that I ruined her reputation. I said she ruined it herself when she decided to steal from her family. Holly and I started our IVF treatments last month, thanks to everyone paying us back. Deb wasn't invited to the announcement party.